Hi everyone. I was reading an article a little earlier and I thought I'd do a quick video on it and share what I found. Some may have already seen it, read it, know about it, but I thought it warranted a quick video, just have a quick chat about it, bring it to people's attention that might not know. So I'm Anthony from the online business app, and thanks for dropping by. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you could. It means a lot. I know you get asked probably on every video that you view, but it really does mean a lot to the channel. Reasonably new. So thanks for that. Without further ado, I'll jump into it. So earlier today, I was reading this article. So the DCMA, the Digital Currency Monetary Authority, unveils its white paper for an international central bank digital currency, a CBDC. In actual fact, the currency has been launched a few days ago. And the article says, last week at the International Monetary Fund spring meetings, the Digital Currency Monetary Authority, the DCMA, announced their official launch of the Universal Monetary Unit. I know there's a lot of acronyms and a lot of letters, and it does get a little confusing with a lot that's going on. With you've got your cryptos with their tickers as well, so XRP and BTC and XBT, depending how you look at it, and all the other coins. So it can be a little confusing. So the launch of the coin, the UMU, otherwise known as Unicoin, an international central bank digital currency that can actually transact SWIFT-like cross-border payments. So international payments that you'd be used to doing on the SWIFT rails, which can now transact digital currency, bypassing the correspondent banking system at the best priced wholesale FX rates. So those that are in the know about CBDCs, the time is coming that, here's a perfect example that this one snuck under the radar, I'm sure, for a lot of people. And it's on the go and being, sort of up and running for the last few days. And an article like this comes across your desk. So the response to the announcement was tremendous. Emerging market participants expressed hope that Unicorn would be a solution for decolonizing and the international monetary system. So others did express fears that Unicorn will be a global centralized surveillance tool for governments. And that is the big concern. Are they going to watch every move you make, every penny you spend? Are they going to restrict you from spending amounts? Are they going to restrict you from spending on certain items? Are they going to restrict you from travel if you're deemed undesirable? Are they going to restrict you from certain products? And are they going to make you spend on certain items? So these are the concerns, a little bit of a big brother mentality, and I believe they're justified concerns, and the proof will be in the pudding. There are still groups of people or syndications that are pushing hard on governments to get these things slowed down, at least, if not stopped. According to Daryl Hubbard, the executive director of the DCMA, central banks do not fully understand the driving force behind crypto adoption, and they actually have missed the mark on the research, the development and the launch of CBDC projects. There are tons of pilot programs and trials happening around the world. So I'm not sure if the banks have missed it. Maybe they have. Maybe the governments are more driving it. But those pilots and trials that are going on, I'm sure the banks would have to have some sort of involvement. In fact, they'd have to facilitate it to the degree that it needs to be. Crypto investors are keenly interested in making money in a more fair and open financial monetary system. Everybody's looking for a system that's fairer, although the traditionalists believe that fiat probably is still the best way. And then you have those that have no idea what all this is about. Some heads in the sand, but some people just oblivious that this is what's happening in the background. They're living their day-to-day lives, going to work, going home, playing with the kids, whatever it is. And this stuff is not even on the radar. So CBDCs are simply digitised legal tender. So if a country's legal tender system systemically losing its value to the US dollar, and the US dollar is losing its value as well. So you can imagine how bad that would be for, I guess you look to Africa and places like that, where the dollar's devalued so far that the locals are refusing to use the CBDCs and just going to Bitcoin or other cryptos to transact, and sort of sticking it to the government and saying you're not gonna make us use these things. So there's a fair point there. And crypto investors, some view CBDCs more like a souvenir and not an innovation that's going to make their life any better. I can understand that. And they want to know why Unicoin would be any different. So CBDCs are legal tender regulated by central banks, whereas Universal Monetary Unit is a money commodity regulated by US Commodities Futures and Trade Commission. So another acronym, the CFTC. It explains that the Unicoin offers the best of both worlds. Unicoin adopts monetary policies to ensure sustained historical value, to be stronger than any fiat currency, and simultaneously complying with regs and strengthen the money sovereignty. So from here, I won't sort of read it in full, try and summarize it for you. And it's on the screen for you there if you wanted to have a look at it yourself. So many of these de-dollarization projects are seeking digital currency solutions and the current fiat system. The DCMA has published Universal Monetary White Paper. I haven't fully read that yet. I saw it was there because I'm really only fresh onto this article. It introduces a new wave of cryptography, reimagined from the ground up for the banking industry. The white paper unveils several innovations designed to make banking faster while strengthening and not disrupting the international monetary system. So Unicoin is built on open standards, deployed like a money operating system. Banks and fintech companies can easily integrate a UMU store of value wallet to conduct real-time cost efficiency digital banking, to digital trade and digital payments worldwide. So in the white paper, the DCMA responds to the IMF's recently published report on the potential risks, and the DCMA refutes every single potential risk identified by the IMF. It explains how Unicoin strengthens and not weakens international monetary system. May be the case, but it doesn't detract from what we mentioned earlier about the big brother syndrome, the big brother eyes on you, and also control. And that's probably a big player in the whole thing. How much control do they, the government, want to take over its retail investors or its constituents? There's a link there to the white paper. I can pop that into the description if anyone's interested. The DCMA is a world leader in the advocacy of digital currency and monetary policy innovations for the governments and the banks, and membership with them consists of sovereign state central banks, commercial and retail banks, and other financial institutions. Excuse me. So the UMU, so the monetary unit or the Unicoin, symbolizes an ANSI character, is legally a money commodity, can transact in any legal tender, settlement currency, and functions like a CBDC. So basically a digital version of the currency of the country that it belongs to. So the Unicoin is more like a bridge for, from my understanding, for other currencies to pass through, to pass over to another country for an international transaction. What we do have here is also a short video. I'll just play this for anyone who's interested. And this is pretty much a project that was talking about the CBDC, Unicoin, and the hub, and how it sort of plays out. So I'll pop this on. It does go for about 4.5 minutes, and I'll come back shortly.
Communicating or sending large amounts of data around the world is cheap and easy, but sending money to another country is usually expensive and slow. The way money travels across the globe relies on many intermediaries, increasing the complexity, time, and cost of transactions. One of the main difficulties is that most payment systems are designed for domestic payments, not for international payments, and often do not communicate with similar systems in another country. The reasons for this vary, for example, due to differences in legislation and technical systems, and different working hours in various countries. The development of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, and the underlying technologies that can be used could offer a solution. CBDCs used between consumers and merchants are known as retail CBDCs. Retail CBDCs could offer advantages such as faster transactions, more competition in payments, lower risks, and safety in the form of central bank money. Countries around the world are researching and experimenting with retail CBDCs, with many pilots underway. The central banks of Israel, Norway, and Sweden have joined forces with the BIS Innovation Hub Nordic Centre in Project Icebreaker, which aims to explore how retail CBDC systems can be linked together to enable efficient international payments. Project Icebreaker is exploring a specific model linking national retail CBDC systems together. The Icebreaker Hub routes payments and allows national CBDC systems to talk to each other, despite being based on different technologies. In this project, different distributed ledger technologies used by each country for their proof of concept CBDC systems were connected to the Icebreaker Hub. Let's see how this works. Say Alice in Stockholm wants to send money to Noah in Tel Aviv to pay for a camera she bought online. When she enters Noah's payment address and the amount into her mobile app, the Icebreaker Hub helps her find the best available exchange rate. This is calculated from the rates foreign exchange providers submit to the Icebreaker Hub. Alice's payment is then broken down into two payments, one in Swedish e-krona to a foreign exchange provider in Sweden, and another in Israeli digital shekels from the foreign exchange provider in Israel to Noah. These two payments are coordinated using a form of digital escrow known as a hash time-locked contract, HTLC. The payment from Alice to the foreign exchange provider will only be released if the foreign exchange provider has paid Noah. If no foreign exchange provider can exchange Swedish e-krona for Israeli digital shekels, the Icebreaker Hub will find a bridge currency, for example, Norwegian krona, that can be exchanged for both Swedish e-krona and Israeli digital shekels, and will use that to bridge the gap. Swedish e-krona are exchanged for Norwegian krona, which is in turn exchanged for Israeli digital shekels. The hub will always choose the payment path that is cheapest for the payer. The benefits of the model demonstrated in the project are: it enables cross-border interoperability, allowing systems with different technologies to talk to each other in a standardized way. It reduces settlement and counterparty risk by the use of coordinated payments in central bank money. It allows increased competition and choice for consumers by decoupling payers from specific foreign exchange providers, as well as through the use of bridge currencies. It helps reduce costs. It helps achieve increased cross-border reach. It is scalable. easily connecting the systems of many countries. It is fast, transactions take just seconds to complete, and CBDC does not need to leave a national CBDC system. Project Icebreaker has demonstrated that central banks can implement different technologies for their national CBDC systems that meet their needs and enable cross-border payments with minimal requirements.
So there you go. It is a little bit of a lengthy video there, but I think it was required to watch most of it to get a bit of the gist. There is one other document that I would like to quickly have a look at. So this is the DCMA website, and they're talking about, so first of all, the DCMA, just their own description, is a world leader in the advocacy of digital currency innovations for monetary authorities. Their mission is to enable trade globalisation through the monetary integration of international payments and settlements while strengthening national economies' monetary sovereignty. So the first wave of cryptographic cash was designed for public untrusted networks. The DCMA reimagines the next wave of cryptographic innovations engineered for adoption by central banks, retail and commercial banks, fintech, governments, and cryptocurrency exchanges. So that's their brief. That's what they're about. The Unicoin network, it's a decentralized international banking network open to central banks, retail and commercial banks, and again, those fintech, governments and cryptocurrency exchanges. And the Unicorn network provides financial services and access to revenue generating digital finance services. So not only, from my understanding, not only transferring, but there may be down the track lending that comes with that, but that's not guaranteed. But at this stage, those cross-border payments for sure. And the Unicorn network can support all assets and liability ledgers to enable full service digital banking and financial services with a monetization framework. So this is the first time I've been to this site, so I just wanted to share it. Others can come and have a look for themselves now if they want to. Obviously, those in the know might have already found it. There are some other articles here. I think one of these I clicked on and it's already disappeared. Not sure why. But there is some more information if anyone's interested to come and have a look. I found this interesting, this, don't know what to call this here, this emblem with the two flags and the coin in the center. And then there's some more links down the bottom if anyone wants to have a look. So I thought I'd bring that up to everyone's attention. I'm grateful for everyone who's come to have a look. You can all now do a bit more of a deep dive if you're so inclined. I know I'll have a bit more of a deeper look now that I've brought it to everyone's attention and found it for myself. So thanks to everyone for coming by, and I'll see you in the next one.